What's going on, y'all? It's Omega Don of Legends here. New YouTube channel that is dedicated to Marvel content. And today is going to be about the Marvel Contest of Champions mobile game. This game I have been on for almost 4 years now. And shout out to MCOC Journal as they release a lot of information about upcoming releases as far as characters, events, and things like that. So they kind of give you a head start as to what to prepare for. So if you want to grind in arenas for new champs that are coming up, it's very useful information. So definitely check them out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. It's MCOC Journal. Very informative. I support the page. Now, with that being said, one of the new release champs that come out in November of 2020 is going to be the Immortal Hulk. Now, this game already has, let's count, because, we have Hulk Ragnarok, we have regular Hulk, we have She Hulk, we have Joe Fixit, and we have Red Hulk. So that's 5 Hulks right there. And there's a lot more in the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe or just Marvel in general. Hopefully they do develop that too, because there's a cartoon called Hulk and the Agents of Smash. So right now they are missing two more Hulks that are like that aren't actually like the Hulk, but like cousins or friends. Which is one A Bomb, who sounds just like Abomination. It may have very similar abilities, but he's just blue. And the other one is Scar, which, if you pay attention to the Marvel storylines, he's actually a Hulk of the Sun when he was in Sakaar. So those are two missing that I would like to see in the game. And I also thought that Professor Hulk would make it. And I would really, really love to see Hulk Maestro be a playable character. I know I'm asking for a lot, but that is my favorite incarnation of the Hulk. Now, with that being said, today we're going to talk about Immortal Hulk. Immortal Hulk is entering the game November 2020. So, just a little brief synopsis about the Incredible Hulk. You have, the Immortal Hulk. He is not the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk could switch back and forth to Bruce Banner. This Immortal Hulk, he's in full control and he's the Hulk 24/7, and he's quote unquote dead. What that means is that there's no reasoning with him. He doesn't have no humanity in him, and he's very, very powerful, unstoppable. Hence the word immortal. He does not die. And some of his abilities in the game that we're looking at on the MCOC journal is that they're releasing, and this can change. It can be a variation, but so far what we know about this champ coming into the game is gonna go over his abilities. So passive abilities, an enhanced immune system provides full immunity to the poisons of the battle realm. Mortal Hulk's regeneration rate cannot be decreased or increased by outside sources. Immortal Hulk can gain up to one attack rating based on how much damage and health Immortal Hulk has lost during the entire fight. And this ability is based on his health. So, more health that he lost, the higher that will be his attack rating. And he has another ability which is the Rage, which is maxed out at 25 stacks. So, Immortal Hulk deals bursts of damage to himself and his opponent. Like, wow, why would I want a champ that deals damage to himself and to his opponent? Here's why. Hulk's medium attacks, the first hit of his special 1 attack and the first and last of his special 2 attack apply a rage stack. So every time you use a special 1, his first hit applies a rage stack, and special 2, the last hit of his special 2, applies another rage stack. So you can pretty much stack up his rage stacks pretty quickly. And consecutive rage attack buildups rage stacks. So all rage stacks are lost after 2 seconds without performing a rage attack. Rage stacks do not expire during health special attacks. So as long as you have a special going, you can keep them rage stacks from expiring and continue to build. So it's kind of like you just want to keep chaining specials because that's when the rage is used. And it says you want to deal burst of direct damage to Hulk for each rage stack except when using the medium 1 attack. So Hulk cannot be knocked out by this ability. Now, for as far as masteries, if you have the recoil mastery on, Recoil damage is disabled and deals a burst of of direct damage to Hulk instead, plus an equal amount for each rank. So Hulk cannot be knocked out by this. Once again, Immortal Hulk. Now, for the heavy attacks. So when performing a heavy attack, the first hit refreshes the rage timer and doubles the amount of rage stack. So there's another way how you can build the rage stack. Just spam heavies. Parry, heavy, parry, heavy, parry, heavy. Then you can special one and then parry again. Heavy, heavy. Or if you want to build it up to special two before you do it. All based on how the fight goes. You have to know how to use the character and how to time certain things. So this is very important. Um, and then the last hit of his heavy attack, the attack rating for each rage stack goes up. So the more stacks of rage that you have, you can actually increase how each stack is on a damage level. So now he has persistent gamma radiation. This is still his abilities. And this is gained when Hulk takes damage from certain abilities. So a percentage of all damage that is dealt to Hulk while he's afflicted with the degeneration effect is stored as gamma radiation. So gamma radiation's maximum strength is equal to a percentage of Hulk's maximum health. So obviously, the higher rank and the higher level, the more higher that his gamma radiation level will be, thus increasing his regeneration rate. Um, and it also works if you have boost on it too. So if you boosted his health as far as like the 20 or 30% boost, then that'll just add on to his total gamma radiation regeneration. Now, he has a ability also called immortality. So with this champion just cannot be knocked out. So once that is active, he cannot be knocked out. When receiving damage that would knock out Hulk, consumes 1% of his max health, or a percentage, I should say, of his max health as gamma radiation, and gain an immortality passive, thus preventing death and becoming unblockable for a certain amount of seconds. Again, based on the level in health. And this ability has 2 seconds for a cooldown. And it says, while active, any damage prevented by immortality consumes an equal amount of gamma radiation instead. This does not apply to self-inflicted damage. And while active, can become unblockable and gain certain stacks of attack rating. And then when the immortality expires, Mortal Hulk consumes all gamma radiation, becomes invulnerable, and gains a regeneration passive buff, which recovers a certain amount of health plus all gamma radiation as health over 2 seconds. So he can really regenerate really quickly. Again, I believe this has to do with the level that he's at and his signature ability. So now we're going to go into his signature ability. Signature ability is called the Green Door. So with the signature ability, Hulk surges with gamma energy from the quote unquote below place, which empowers him as he gains more gamma radiation. So the more gamma radiation he gets, the more powerful he gets. Pretty much self-explanatory. If you know Hulk, you know the history of Hulk. The madder he gets, the stronger he gets. The more gamma radiation that he's exposed to, the bigger he gets. If you watch Agents of Smash, there was an episode where A-Bomb became real big because he absorbed so much gamma radiation. So that's kind of like how Mortal Hulk will absorb gamma radiation, become bigger, stronger, powerful. Maybe not bigger in the game, but definitely more powerful. His hits and damage will increase the more gamma radiation that he consumes or absorbs. So and then with the signature ability, 25% basic attacks have a certain percent of inflicting a stun debuff, which would last 2 seconds or more, depending on your synergies and also depending on your masteries. And also there's a 50% chance when the opponent is immune to a stun effect or a stun debuff, or if it expires, and inflicts a weakness debuff. So it decreases your opponent's attack rating by a certain percent for 2 seconds, which helps with ending fights sooner, because sometimes you may get cornered and you could weaken somebody's attack with that gamma radiation, keep absorbing it, and then whoop, some ass. And also, 75% chance of inflicting an indefinite petrified debuff, which will be lowering your opponent's regeneration and ability power rate by a certain percentage. So, kind of like how Void can reverse healing when he gets to a certain sig level. I believe that's how this signature ability is going to work for Hulk. Now, for his special attacks, they look pretty interesting, if I must say so myself. So, with his special attacks, SP1, which is called Rampage, Hulk crashes down on his opponent, pummeling him with a series of reckless swings. So he's just swinging wildly. Sounds like Immortal Hulk to me. And he has a certain percentage of a chance to inflict a stun debuff, which lasts 2 seconds or more, depending on synergies and level and rank for Immortal Hulk. Now, special 2 is called a shoulder bash. So this is where Hulk tears up the ground and launches boulders at his opponent and finishes off with a high speed charge where he leads with his shoulder. Kind of like how Red Hulk does, where he picks up a rock and he throws it at the opponent, but then Immortal Hulk's doing it with multiple boulders and then leading with a shoulder charge. And this also inflicts a suppression debuff, which for each rage stack that you have on Immortal Hulk will reduce the defensive power of your opponent by a certain percentage for 2 seconds or more. And then the max, I believe, is at 25 stacks. So it's pretty powerful right here. You know, he does have certain abilities that could become useful. I'm pretty sure with the new content that's going to be coming out as well. Now, his special 3 is called the Devil Incarnate. So this is where the gamma energy that Mortal Hulk produces throughout the fight, courses through his veins, as they like to call it. Now, this is where he takes hold of his opponent, Hulk, hurls them through the air, or what you want to call through the battlefield, with a lot of rage. And this inflicts a petrified debuff, which would lower the regeneration and ability power rate by a certain percentage for up to 2 seconds or more. Then you could add a flat certain amount of percentage strength to his gamma radiation. So there's a lot of sources that will actually increase Immortal Hulk's ability to fight, depending how the fight goes. Now this seems like a champ that you want to ramp up, because I'm not sure. It doesn't say if it carries on to the next fight, but it seems like to get his maximum power, to see how really strong he is best used for longer fights, especially because he's immortal. Now, so on this early release as well, they have the champion synergies. So we have the Alpha Flight Space Station. So this synergy includes Captain Marvel. So it could be the classic and also Ms. Marvel. So with this synergy, this enables Hulk that at the start of each fight inflicts a petrified debuff, which again lowers regeneration and attack rating by a certain percentage for 8 seconds. 8 seconds is a good amount. That's damn near half a fight, depending how good you are, and how strong your opponent is. And then this gives a 25% Fury potency to Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, so it actually makes them a little bit stronger as well. Now, the other champion synergy is called Extreme Measures, which involve Hulkbuster, Thor, Captain America, or Black Panther. So this will give Hulk a personal stun effect that have a certain percent increased duration. So I don't know what the percentage is based on, but I'm pretty sure I can go up to I believe 8%. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But this gives Immortal Hulk a lot of capabilities to add on to his unique synergies. So now with the Hulkbuster, Thor, Captain America, and Black Panther, with that synergy, this makes your opponent suffer 10% ability accuracy, like minus 10% ability accuracy while stunned. Okay, now another he has a lot of synergies it seems. So it says now Hell and Back. So these synergies include Dormammu and Mephisto, who are pretty decent champs on their own. So now with this synergy, at the start of each fight, Hulk sacrifices certain percent of his current health, and he gains an equal amount of gamma radiation. So it's kind of like in exchange of suffering health at the beginning of the fight, you now have a what do you call it? Like a reserved stack of gamma regeneration that can regenerate when you really need it. So it's kind of like a give and take scenario. I think that's a pretty useful synergy. And then this synergy makes Dormammu gains up to 75% attack rating based on dark energy charge. That's very powerful. Very powerful. This may make Dormammu a whole lot more useful. And now for Mephisto, this allows him to knock out villains. When he knocks out villains, it grants him a one soul charge. Another useful synergy. Now the other synergy is Gamma mutates. So I'm not sure if this is the other Hulks because Gamma mutates. So you maybe She Hulk, Red Hulk, OG Hulk, and Hulk Ragnarok, and maybe even possibly Joe Fixit, who really sucks. So he sucks right now. He could be a a god tier champion maybe 6 months. Who knows? I think that's one of the last champs we care to see get a buff anyway. But the synergy members they gain a certain percent of maximum health, including Immortal Hulks. Everybody gains a certain percent of maximum health. Now, why is that important? It's important because of Immortal Hulk's regeneration properties and abilities. And now this last synergy that they have up there is Osborn to be wild. So it says Red Goblin actually has a synergy with Immortal Hulk, and it says that while Red Goblin's frenzy is active, Fury and Energize buff have a 15% increased accuracy. I'm sorry, increased potency. And then Iron Patriot, who we all know is to be Mr. Osborn as well. Arc Overload grants a Fury buff, increasing attack rating by 300% for 30 seconds. No longer burns out Iron Patriot suit and can be reactivated after 60-second cooldown. So this makes Iron Patriot a more reputable champion and also a little bit more useful for longer fights, like as you know, I'm not gonna say Abyss of Legends because you definitely need certain champs to beat it. But if you just want to do a Realm of Legends run where you're stacking potions up and things like that, you can really see how Iron Patriot synergy works. So this is coming out in November. So now, with that being said, I know it's my first YouTube video for Marvel. I'm a little bit all over the place, but I'm trying to make content that people can relate to in a non whale channel. One day it would be nice to be a whale, but if you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I will clean up a lot more things, and I can't do this without the fans. I can't do this without subscribers. So tell me what I could work on so I could bring more reputable and top of the line content for those who love Marvel and especially Marvel Contest of Champions. As this is my first video, so please hit that like and subscribe button. I will be posting content every single day. I will be showing off my champs, showing off my account. We can join forces and alliances because currently I'm looking for a new alliance. So please hit that like and subscribe button if you found this informative. And I'll be making a lot more videos coming shortly. Peace and one love.